Welcome back, everyone, to the 100% Lies of P walkthrough. We are about to fight the final boss of the game, the Nameless Puppet. So let's get started.
You can become a real human. I never the Grand Covenant like the other puppets because of Carlo's memories within you.
So as you can see, Phase 1 is very much trivialized by just opening with the Patient Smash. We buffed with the Electric Blitz Grindstone outside, did a Patient Smash, did some charged attacks and a couple of Puppet Strings, and that's enough to push him. But now things are going to get difficult. But as long as you make it here with a lot of pulse cells, it shouldn't be too bad.
How dare you? You're just a puppet. Nothing more.
And you'll always, when you get the Patient Smash up, end up, kind of staggering him a little. This is linear. You can take it up. This can be very hard to guard all this stuff. And he's very good at stopping Puppet String at different places. But again, if you have this build, if you're following something like this, it's just so much damage. And he's very punishable with Booster Glaive, right? A lot of his attacks. And we'll just finish him off here. And you'll get the first Puppet Trophy. So really, with this particular build, between the Booster Glaive and the Patient Smashing, you see, it's like... just not really... Like, a lot of people take a long time on this, but I think often it's because they just aren't using all of the tools. They forget about Legion Arms or forget about Fable Arts. I don't know. You can see that I didn't do a particularly great job of guarding everything or even dodging everything. But you just will do so much damage with a proper build if you've gone through the whole game, found all the quartz, gotten all the upgrades. You can see that Geppetto sacrificed himself, finally realizing that we're actually a better version of Carlo than he was trying to make.
Sorry.
It's so good to see you.
And that should earn you the Rise of P trophy, which is the best outcome. Now, one thing I should note before we continue is don't let the game shove you right into New Game Plus. There are things that we need to do back at the hotel, and there's more dialogue, and there's stuff to read, and we need to get the last weapon, Ergo weapon, from the Nameless Puppets Ergo.
I have a final report on the Krot experiment.
You certainly took your time, Paracelsus. Your findings?
I think we have a new brother. A new type of humanity, so to speak.
There are many forms of eternal life.
It's intriguing, and worth further observation.
Oh, so Giangio was actually Paracelsus.
We'll have to get his arm back anyway.
I'm counting on it. Expect another report at the next meeting. Paracelsus
Presumably
returning.
are talking about my Legion arm.
And when I return, I will find her. For sure. Another key of ours. Dorothy.
So that's clearly Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz in her ruby slippers. And she's come to Krot. So now they let you know what will not be inherited, so that is worth sitting here looking at it for a second. So all of collectibles will go away because you have to reacquire them, but you'll keep the records that you had found already. And then you obviously can't unlock the Vanini collections and supply boxes. They don't want to have all that available from the start. So we're gonna hit cancel, not okay. And now we're back at the hotel. I don't think we have any... No new records. Okay. So first we're going to come over here and go ahead and get our last weapon.
Oh, did I scare you?
Haha, look,
It's
he's
me,
got
Hugo.
Alidoro stuff.
This whole thing has inspired me. I'm going to try to be the Alidoro of a new generation. I will also keep looking for the relic's true owner. Check in with me anytime. A great weapon calls for a great... Sorry, no, pronouncements aren't my thing. As always, prove that you're worthy.
So this is an unbelievably good weapon. It is a quality weapon, and you can kind of see that it's designed for a New Game Plus playthrough. I mean, obviously you can't get it until the end of the game, and so they were comfortable putting B scaling with both motivity and technique on it, knowing that because you're kind of going to run into these stat caps where you're not really going to take your technique beyond, say, like 40, you're going to then have to start leveling motivity, so they're giving you a weapon that will actually scale with both stats. So this thing's great. As you continue to level up in New Game Plus and your motivity and your technique both approach 40, this thing's going to scale great, right? In addition, it also has really good Fable Arts and really good moveset, and it has crit. So we're going to go ahead and grab it. And you should get the Special Weapon Collector Trophy if you've been following this guide and doing the same thing of buying all weapons. It is worth noting the amulet's pretty cool too. It gives you the immunity to all attribute status ailments, which, I mean, if you're going to be playing through the game again multiple times, just having an amulet you can throw on where you're just like, forget it, I don't ever have to worry about this again, is great. And we'll, of course, as we go through New Game Plus, we will collect all of these amulets. Just to make sure we have them all. In addition, one reason to do weapons first, to be honest, is early in the first run through of the game, like we just did, you saw our capacity never really gets high enough to be comfortable having these. But as you go into New Game Plus and your capacity continues to scale, so it becomes the go-to stat to continue to level. So it's going to go higher than we're going to take other stats, and as a consequence, you're going to have a huge amount of weight you can carry, and over time, you're then going to be able to equip multiple of these amulets. So it's actually not too bad to put off buying amulets and then start using them, you know, in New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus and so on. And I will show the moveset of Proof of Humanity in just a second. Now we should go over to the piano and enjoy the perfect tune finally being played. There's a trophy for this. And that will earn you the Pianist of Krat trophy. Now we're going to go upstairs. We're still going to talk to everyone on the ground too, but we're going to go upstairs for a second. First thing I want to show you is we obviously saw the reveal that Gio was not a good guy. So one of the first things you'll find yourself wondering is, hey, is he still here? And obviously he will not be, but we can see if there's something that he may be left behind for us. And look. And he signed it with his real name, Paracelsus. And so you can still, they left behind a little safe, so you can still keep getting your wish stones, you know, if you want to have a few. Now let's go to Geppetto's room. Oh, first the cat. You can now see the final. The cat will actually finally let you hold it. So can you pet the cat? The answer is yes. But only at the end of the game. You even get a meow. And we can see there's something here for us. The Blue Butterfly's letter. Thank you for giving me a new life. And reading this, you need to read it, remember. Pick it up and read it. You will get the story of the Blue Butterfly trophy. It's kind of fun to explore the room. Now we'll head back downstairs and talk to everyone.
Welcome to Hotel.
Although remember, he's basically wiped out his memory that he had awakened. Now, there are a limited quantity of these things, and we want to own them. And we don't have enough ergo to purchase them all. So if you do want to, you know, depending on whether you ended up with more or less ergo than I did, and you want to be able to have these as upgrade materials, you know, to be able to finish off another special weapon, because this is what you'll need 3 to finish off another one. Then you'll want to purchase all of this stuff, and the total cost is pretty high. In addition, there are cranks, right?
I've made up my mind. I am going to keep living. To honor Atkinson's sacrifice, someone needs to tell everyone out there what happened in Krot. I'm gonna look for a way out again. Thanks for all your help. I hope Krot finds fortune soon.
You have been such a great help to Master Vanini. I will do my best to be of assistance in return.
And then here there are a lot of cranks to buy. So again, ergo. If you do want to be able to carry all these cranks through, then be able to afford to buy them all, you'll need more ergo before starting to get plus.
This great disaster, the Krat crisis, has left no one unaffected. But it's over now. Thanks to you. We are all in pain. We're all hurting. But now it's time to begin healing. I will do everything I can to help. Together, compagno, I think we really can make Krat, if not the entire world, a better place. You're always welcome here.
Can talk to you, Jenny.
So much has happened. It's bewildering, but it feels like there is hope. Even here in godforsaken Krat. It's all because of you. So thank you. Though I suspect you haven't told me everything.
And again, we haven't gotten her story completed because we did not tell her the truth about her brother. So that we will do in NG+.
I just want safety for everyone at the hotel, at least. That's why I should make sure you're well armed. If you need anything, just ask.
So you may want to start mulling over if you wanted to use a different weapon. You're perfectly fine going into NG+, just, continuing to use your weapon. You're going to do just fine for a while. Really, the issue will just be as you start accruing more stats than you know what to do with, then that's kind of where quality starts ascending. Quality builds, which remember quality is motivity and technique together, because you're able to scale both of those up. But even then, it's not like it's some massive leap over, like if you have like say an S tier or an A tier of something that happens to be like a little worse at motivity, you're still going to get a little bit of points from raising it up. And eventually there's this point where quality overtakes, but it's not like it completely clobbers. You could still clear the game without perfectly min-maxing everything. As you saw, we were kind of like, if you saw what happened with Nameless Puppet, we were so far over the damage threshold, and we were only level 90. So let me show you, so I'm going to just talk a little bit about some weapons. There were some things that I didn't mention about this one. Let's see. Along with this, gifted with overflowing ergo. While battering enemies, it emits spores, increasing ergo acquisition rate. So this is something I didn't mention when I first purchased it in the previous video, so I wanted to make sure I hit on it now. If you use this weapon, you will actually acquire more ergo from eliminating enemies. So some people like this for New Game Plus because it just... you're already going to be like gaining a lot of levels anyway, but this thing adds, I think it's something like, it's a lot, maybe 20%? I'm not sure of the exact number, but it adds a lot to ergo acquisition. So, but it is motivity, so it all depends on you. But you can put a balance crank on it, and I think that'll turn it into like BC. So that's something to consider, just if you're wanting to level up. If you're planning to maybe go into NG++, but it's not a big deal. But I did want to mention it. So Proof of Humanity has 2 Fable arts. One is slashing, and you can just keep using Fable slots to keep slashing. So I'll show that. And then there's actually similar to the city long spear. I think it was the city long spear, or the you can increase your critical hit chance temporarily. So you can do the thing where you buff and then you have a higher crit. So this one's good with like the satisfaction grindstone and like the assassin's amulet. You know, if you can play for crits. And I'll just showing off the moves there. So that's it buffed with crit, right? And you can see, look at my arm, the glow. I think if we rebuff it. So it's pretty neat. It turns into like dual wield. Oh, another thing to show is the running. So this is a really great move, right? So pretty nice. Because you can see it's got the similar like oh yeah. Picks up our durability. So you can see about 500, and we haven't even buffed it yet. If you do it from too far away, but see, that's kind of it. You know, I mean, you don't land every hit, but you could even like you can still kind of get a big old leap in. And then the Fable is just great. Just experimenting with range here. It's about 1200 damage. $1,500. And now if we buff with crit, you can see 1,513. 1,700. So you're talking about getting to really good levels there. And remember, it'll keep scaling with stats as you keep leveling up motivity. So just for comparison. Hard to compete with Patient Smash. Just... although the sheer speed and then the flexibility of the Proof of Humanity, it's just a really, really great weapon. And I'll have to mull over what exactly I'm going to take into the next playthrough here. So in the next video, we're going to end the run here. That sort of completes the base game walkthrough. And I will probably keep going, just because what a lot of these walkthroughs do is just stop. And I would like to actually let you just keep seeing what goes on in New Game Plus, so that you have a guide as you go forward. So I'll probably keep this series going as I go into New Game Plus. I'm probably going to need a little bit of time to mull over. I'm going to farm some Ergo, which I'll just do off screen because I want to buy all the cranks, buy all the moonstones so that I have those. And then I've got to mull over what weapon I'm gonna go with, which will probably be. I was intrigued by the. Let's see, just to give you some of my favorites here. I've done playthroughs before with some of these. I did a level up Trident without really thinking. This is just a fantastic weapon. Just to show it, crazy damage, right? Right, nearly 4K damage just from the 3, 2, 3. Oh, I guess that's... Sorry, that's me using the Fable Art twice and cheating. That's what it actually would be. But still, just really good. It's crits too. Like Proof of Humanity, it's got the base crit chance. Or, really nice. But I've done a playthrough of that before, so I kind of like to try a weapon that I haven't really done a playthrough of. I'm intrigued by this thing, just because I thought this was really interesting that you can, and I like the idea that you can make it do more hits. That's pretty neat, given that it can be done from range. That seemed interesting to me. And then, let's see, Proof of Humanity, and I've also never done a playthrough with Golden Lie, which might be interesting. So yeah, mulling that over. This one that I have here also, it scales a little bit better with technique, but also scales okay with motivity. So, I could probably leave the scaling alone, or bring it up to A for now, and then as I level up my motivity, I'd be able to switch it back over and have pretty decent scaling. So I might try this one, but I'm also tempted. I've never actually done a Proof of Humanity run, and I know that weapon seems really solid, so. And then, just because it's so addictive, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this one. Right. Just super fast, guaranteed decent damage, and then the ability to, play a whole different game where you're doing the parrying and perfect guarding using the R2. This is the Two Dragon Sword. So these are the contenders. Feel free to leave comments in the video if you have any opinion on what you think I should take into New Game Plus. Alright, until then, I will see you next time when we start the New Game Plus run. And that's it.